Hello and welcome to Saturday Night Crafting. Tonight we're going to have some fun. We're going to use our favorite pattern papers and we're not going to be afraid to use them. I'm going to share with you two quick and easy ways that you can sort of get multiple cards out of a small piece of paper. So if you've got scraps of that favorite paper pad you used and you still want to use it, make something out of it, this is a great way to do something with those scraps. I've got this paper pad here, which I've had for over 2 years, and I've loved it so much I've not used it. And I'm going to use it today. So I'm going to take a small bit of that paper. I'm going to turn it into 2 cards. I was planning to make 3, but I ran out of time. It is hot, 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 hot in the UK. It's going to be nearly 39 degrees on Monday. We are going to cook. It's really hot. Which is also why my video is a bit late again today. I was in the pool for a lot of the day with my kids, so I feel great now, but it's been a little bit too warm to be in my office doing my voiceover. So getting started, I took my favorite bit of paper and I found some other cardstock that matched it. These are actually from the Paper Boutique collection. So I've got several Paper Boutique paper pads and they always seem to have a color that matches something I'm working on. So I'll have a general link down below where you can find some of them if you want to check them out. They're nice thin bits of cardstock which are fantastic for layering, matting, or making a card like I'm doing today. So all I'm doing is taking my focal image, which is this butterfly, and lining it up to make sure that it's going to fit on the top of my card. And then I'm kind of working out how much of a panel I'll need on the bottom. So I'm just going to adjust my paper and just trim it. I'm not measuring. I am not being precise. I'm going card to card and chopping my paper up to fit that card. But the idea is we're going to take a bit of cardstock or decorative paper. We are going to use that as our focal point. So it's not a focal image, but it's going to be our sort of focal point where we're going to draw all our colors and inspiration from that bit of paper. So to make this a bit more flowy or unique, I'm going to round the corners on everything but my card base. So I'm just going to quickly grab my corner rounder, round those corners, and then I've got this lovely little card base ready to go. Now I picked a stamp set that would fit nice and big on the top there, so I could use as little paper as possible so I can make that paper stretch, or if you've got those scraps you can use it up. So find a nice big stamp in your stamp set and use that, or you could use multiple stamps. So you'll see another sample at the end of the video where I use multiple stamps to get the same kind of effect. So this stamp is really fun. It's new in my collection and I haven't used it yet. And it's from the Textures range from Lou Collins, and I'll link it down below. It's a gorgeous butterfly that has many layered stamps for it, so you can do all kinds of colors. And I thought this stamp is perfect for this technique because it means that I can use one stamp set and get all my colors in. So I'm using a grey ink for my base of my butterfly because I don't want it to be too in my face. I don't want it to be too dark and overpowering. So I'm using a grey, which does get lighter by the end. When it dries, it's a bit lighter. Then I had a look at my collection and got out some matching colors that match that paper that I have down below. So I went through all my ink pads, picked out some colors that I could find in that pattern paper. And that's what I'm using to fill in the butterfly. These stamps are so nice and easy to work with. I don't know why I haven't used them yet. They're so much fun. So you might end up seeing them in a few videos, so I'm really sorry. But it fills in that butterfly for you. If you've got a nice big image stamp, then go through your pencil crayons, your colored pencils, go through your alcohol markers, go through your watercolor pens, whatever you have got, and find those colors that match your paper and use what you have and color in your image. So a nice big image that is easy to color in will work really well. Now I'm using my T ruler and I am doing some fake stitching along the edge of my border. I just wanted to have something a bit more oomphy to my card. I felt like it looked a bit plain and a bit bland. And I always forget that you can use fake stitching and it kind of adds a bit more to it. Now my fake stitching was a bit wonky at first, which is why I brought in my T ruler to kind of straighten it out. So it does look a little bit wonky, but I don't think anyone's going to notice that much. Now to save on time, I'm going to use some red line tape, which is really sticky tape, to apply my ribbon. And then that way I don't have to worry about wastage from ribbon. I don't have to worry about glue drying or anything. And I did pause the video here and I went and found a YouTube video on how to tie a knot. I'll put the one that I found in the description box below, because my knots don't ever look very pretty and they're not very straight. So I found a great video that showed me how to do a knot where I get my little ends coming out straight. So I think it was Christine Werner. I'll put her video down below for you so you can have a look if you want to learn how to tie a knot and have a straight knot. Of course, I used my glue gun to stick that knot down, so it looks like I tied it with that string, but I didn't. I faked it all because I like that way much better. It's much easier in controlling, much easier to control, I should say. I have another stamp set that I bought. I don't even know if it's available anymore. I bought it forever ago. And again, it's butterflies. I have an obsession with butterflies. But it has these great sentiments that are vertical rather than horizontal. And I thought, actually, I could put my panel to the left and I could stamp my sentiment down the right. And I love how it's turned out. I love that look. I love that that gives that background panel something to kind of focus on, just like the stitching did to the pink panel. So this was a nice and quick and easy card to do, because all I had to do was stamp one image and basically color it in some way or another. And we matched it all to that paper that we've got, that was our precious lovely paper that we don't want to waste. And now we've got this gorgeous big card. So I've got another sample here for you where I've used a smaller scrap of it. So it's the same size card, but a much smaller scrap of that decorative paper. And I've gone ahead and used those same ink colors, which is great because I've already got them out, so I don't have to think about what colors match. And I've taken a stamp set, which is from Alina Crafts, and it's just a foliage stamp set. And I actually cut this down. I cut it to pieces because there were a few that were kind of stuck together, so I just cut them to suit me. And then stamped them down and made that panel the little focal point, and then stamped Happy Birthday. Even though it's not vertical, you can still see what it says. And it still kind of pulls that card together a little bit more. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial on what you can do with some of those scraps or your favorite papers you don't want to waste. And I hope that you had a lovely time with me. I will see you hopefully on Wednesday. I think I just said hope like 10 times. But it's hot here. I'm losing the focus. So hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday. If not, it will definitely be Saturday. Have a fantastic week if you're in the UK. Keep cool and stay safe. Take care. Bye.